Hello and welcome to Cosmetically Active Interviews. I'm Nina, head of the Cosmetically Active expert team. In interviews with our Cosmetically Active certified brands, we are addressing the topical issues of new, young brands that are on the way or have already entered this highly competitive market. We present their stories, visions, and experiences from an idea, formulating work, testing, and manufacturing to market launch. If you're on the same path, or if you're dreaming about starting your own skincare business and you need inspiration, motivation, or simply that little push, join us.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cosmetically Active interview. Today, we are joined by Devika, the founder of Indonesian skincare brand Keyoura. Devika, thank you for being here with us. So let's begin. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us more about your brand. We're actually curious to hear the story behind the name and also what was the inspiration behind your products.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Devika. I am the founder and the brand owner of Keyoura. So Keyoura is actually inspired by the phrase Keyoura. It is the phrase from New Zealand. So we have the Maori people there. That's the indigenous people of New Zealand, and they like to say Keyoura to everyone. So Keyoura means living in New Zealand. And I try to incorporate that essence of New Zealand into my brand because I used to live there for about 5 years. And the whole experience that I got there was truly remarkable. On the other hand, I also wanted to incorporate my roots. So that's why the letter O in our logo is not just a single letter, but it's actually a unique pattern from Batik Rompol, Indonesia. Let me show you the Keyoura that I meant, this one here. So you can see that the letter O is very unique because it is from our Batik Rompol from Yogyakarta. Yeah, and then Keyoura itself, so we are a skincare brand from Indonesia. And then we just launched our first collection, the HL series. Like its name, it is an anti-aging skincare range intended for the care of men and women in their late 20s or early 30s. Because you know that when we turn 30s, that our skin becomes more duller and drier, and all the wrinkles and all the fine lines become more deepened, and of course our dark spots become more noticeable.
Okay, thank you. There is a lot of information there. When we're talking about the cosmetic sector, there is a lot of competition, to be honest, right?
Yes.
What makes your products unique? How are they different from everything else that you can find here?
Okay. So our products are made of natural ingredients, but it's more than just natural. But our products contain many native Indonesia's natural botanicals, such as elite butter and also buah merah oil. So maybe you have heard about buah merah oil. It is actually endemic from Papua, the region of Indonesia, and elite butter as well. It is endemic from Borneo, Indonesia. Aside from them, we also incorporate other botanical extracts such as yambin extract, licorice extract that are locally extracted in Indonesia.
Okay, I love when brands are incorporating some native extracts in their products, really.
Yeah.
It's really the nice touch to the brand. You said that your brand is still very young. You launched last year, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
Um, what have been the biggest milestones so far for you, and also the key challenges in the past few months?
Okay. So I am humbled to announce that Keyoura was announced as the first winner of the Cosmetic Startup Competition in 2024. So this event was held by the Ministry of Industry of the Republic of Indonesia. And on the day of the announcement, we got the opportunity to soft launch our products. And as for the milestones, I think the biggest milestone, of course, on the vendors, because as a small business owner, I know that the vendors have a big MOQ, the minimum order quantity. So we have to buy their products in the big amount, but then actually we just need them a bit and we don't think we can finish them in one go or finish them before they go expired. So that's the biggest challenge, I think.
Yeah. I hear this is a challenge for all new brands. I mean, the quantities yeah, for every batch are just small, especially for those
Yeah.
extracts and so on.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, you're saying you're referring to as you're talking in plural as we, you often said we did this and that. How
Mhm.
big is actually your team? Who is behind your team?
Okay, so there are actually 10 of us, well, including myself. So right now, we have three people in the production team, and then one R&D, and then one warehouse slash admin staff. We have one office assistant that works more on cleaning, general cleaning, and security tasks. And we also have one marketing personnel and one lab analyst. And with me, as a business owner, I think I handle most of everything by myself. So yeah, there
Okay.
are 10 of us in total.
Wow, that's a very big team for a beginner as a brand.
Yeah.
So yeah, but are you like fully employed or how does it work? Or are you working on different projects and Keyoura is one of them?
Yeah. Actually, right now we also have another project. So we wanted to create like a sister brand of Keyoura. So yeah, we try our best to do something every day.
Maybe let's go deeper into formulation. That's
Sure.
like the key thing um, of every cosmetic line. How do you usually start developing a new product? How did you start with those that you have?
Okay. So usually I start to think about what people need, what they need, the market needs. And then I will try to look at the competitors, like what they do. And I will try to choose one that is maybe famous back home and then create that product as our benchmark product. And then I will do my own research as well because you know that Indonesia is very rich in natural botanicals and there are so much things to explore. So I still have to keep on learning. Oh, and then I also own a book, a copy of Modern Cosmetics, this one here. So this is a very, very helpful and informative book that I have. I'm waiting for the volume two, to be honest.
We are working on it.
You're working on it? Good.
Yes, it's
Good
a
on
work
that.
in progress.
Yeah. Let me know once you already launched the second book. And of course, I think the best advice would be attending exhibitions, especially on cosmetic ingredients, because I get to see many people from the industry, and it's a good thing, to brainstorm some ideas, uh, not just to keep in touch with them, but also to keep updated with the current trends and also get inspiration for the new development ideas. Yeah.
Of course. Do you said that there is a big team, right? Do you
Yeah.
formulate the products yourself or is somebody else in the team doing this process and you're just,
Okay.
leading everything?
Yeah. So previously, there were only like three of us, just myself and then one production personnel and one QC. But then, yeah, because there was only three of us, I handled the entire formulation myself. But then now, since I have one R&D personnel, so she's been helping me with the whole trial and error stuff. And then it's good, to have someone alongside with you so we can brainstorm ideas together and we can just think about problem together. Yeah. So now it's not just myself, but also another person is helping me.
Maybe additional question here. You
Sure.
said that there are trials and errors every time you're developing a new product.
Mhm.
Can you say how many versions did it take to finalize your product, like each specific product? How many
Okay.
different formulations approximately
Mm.
did you do?
Okay. Okay. Maybe I can say around 30 versions of different products, different prototypes. But I think it really depends on how complicated the formulation is.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So it might be different from one formulation to another.
Mm-hmm. So afterwards, when you have the product, how do you
Mhm.
test it?
Okay. So with the stability testing, we do the stability testing just to make sure that our formulation is stable enough, right? Before it goes to the market. So here we have laboratory instruments such as incubators, and we have chiller and freezer. So we can run stability testing, like the accelerated stability testing at 40 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius, 4 degrees Celsius, and also for the freeze thaw testing. Yeah, that's for the stability testing. But for the challenge test, for example, we have to run it with the third parties that
Of
can help
course,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also just the stability testing is very um, admirable that you're doing it yourself, to be honest. I know a lot of companies that are also outsourcing
Mhm.
this part. So, okay, we talked also about the raw materials, that you're facing some challenges there.
Mhm.
And also about but we didn't actually touch the documentation behind it. So
Mhm.
I'm pretty familiar with the European regulation. What do we need to do to put product on the market? You need to do a cosmetic product safety report, but I'm not familiar with how do you enter the market in Asia? How does it work? What do you need to do there?
Okay, I think it's pretty similar to what happens there in Europe because before we register our products, we also have to create a product information file, and it is a big file containing four different parts. So the first part is more talking about administrative documentation, like the whole information about your brand and the whole company information. And then the second one is more about the ingredients. So we have to declare what are the ingredients, and then maybe the safety behind the ingredients and so on. And the third documentation is more on the products itself, the final product, I mean. So we will have to attach all the stability testing result, the challenge test result. Even we have to send the sample to the third party to run the heavy metal contamination testing.
Oh,
And of course, if you have alpha arbutin, for example, in your product,
mm-hmm.
in your formulation, then you will have to run the hydroquinone testing as well. Yeah. And then lastly, the fourth file is more on the safety assessment documentation. So we will have to declare that, the claim is correct, it is as it is, and then we have to make sure all the labeling is according to the standard. And if possible, we can also provide clinical testing and so on. Yeah, so it's a
Okay.
big documentation. We have to prepare them all before we submit the products to the authority.
Oh, it also sounds like a very challenging thing to do.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
like you said, it's fairly similar to the work we need to do in Europe. Okay, let's talk more about your cosmetically active experience, cosmetically
Okay,
active
sure.
certification. You certified 5 products. What is the biggest value that it brings to your brand?
Okay. When I know that I want to formulate my products, I learned that many people, especially here in Indonesia, they are very, very, very smart, Before they buy the products, they will check about the ingredients, they check about the labels, they want to learn about it before they make a decision on purchasing. Then I think that I have to make them buy the product, right? I want them to believe in my product. So that's why I wanted to have my product certified. And then this certification is more than just a certification, but it gives a peace of mind for the people out there. So before they buy the products, they will have a sense of belief, and then they know that they don't have to be worried about anything else about my products. So that's like the biggest thing the reason why I wanted to make our product certified. Yeah.
Okay, so this is also our goal. So perfect. We are a great
Yeah,
fit.
we have a very similar values, I think, on that. So that's why.
I'm really happy to hear that. Um, oh, what was your experience with the whole certification process? Would you recommend this to any other brand?
Yes, of course, especially for those brand owners out there that truly care about the customers and about the products. I think it is very important to get this certification. And I think the whole experience has been very enjoyable and has been very fun as well. You know that it is the first time for me to have this kind of certification process. I know that it is a very long and complicated process, especially because you guys are pretty strict with all the standard. But on the other hand, it's also a good thing, right? When you have a good standard, you have a strict standard, you have a high bar, you have a high standard. So yeah, it's a very good standard for everyone. It's a win-win. And then I think even though it is a long process and it is not easy at all, but then you guys give us a very clear guideline on what to do. And I'm very grateful for all the support during the certification process.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe I just want to mention for the audience, you were one of the formulators whose certification process required quite a bit of coordination, particularly regarding
Yes.
some ingredients, the usage of them. Um, and actually, congratulations on your
Thank you.
persistence. I mean, I imagine this involved a lot of adjustments on your end. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm happy that you're satisfied with the guidance that you
Mm.
received. Um, yeah, I know that we were discussing a lot during our meetings what to do with specific ingredients. Actually, we're almost at the end now. Um, Now, when you're looking back at your brand and how you developed it, is there something you would have done differently when you started?
Okay, this is a very interesting question because I tempted to answer yes, I wanted to change something in the past, But then, to be honest, I did a lot of mistakes and I did a lot of learning as well. So I don't think that I wanted to change any bits of it, just do it and then keep moving forward.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
okay. Can you maybe describe like one mistake so that we know what you're talking
Mm,
about? Like what's on
yeah,
the top of your mind now?
yeah. I think it's something to do with the ingredients purchasing. Because one time I bought an ingredient and then I just found out later that this particular ingredient changed the color of the final product. So that I had to find for another alternative because I don't want the product to change its color, right? But then it means since I have already bought the products, I have to finish them all. So yeah, lesson learned. So I have to be more careful in the future, especially on the decision making. Because when you buy one ingredient from the vendor, they have a minimum order quantity, right? So I bought them in 25 kilo, I think. You can imagine, right? So I have to finish them all, but don't worry because I don't use them in my cosmetically active certified product. So I have to use it in a different project, I think. Try to finish it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a perfect example. Thank you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Lesson learned, right?
Yes. So, final question. You in the business world in cosmetic sector is hard to be in. How do you manage your work-life balance?
Okay, so well, to be honest, I don't think I have a proper or a good working and then life balance because I know that right now I have to be busy working on marketing the products. Last year, I was busy with obtaining the certification for manufacturing and distribution permit. But then now I have to think about how to sell the products, right? But I think it's okay, it's fine. I know that this is coming, as a business owner, you will have to be ready anytime and then you will have to spend more time on work. And I will try to enjoy every bit of it. Yeah. Maybe later, when everything is more stable on my side, then I will have to delegate maybe my work on my team. Then I will have more proper work-life balance, I think. Finger crossed.
Okay. Okay, sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan, yeah.
Devika, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your inspiring journey.
My pleasure.
Um,
Thank you for having me.
we're excited to see, what the future holds for your brand.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about your growth, and in the coming months, you can also keep us updated with everything. Now, to all our viewers, thank you for tuning in. We hope this interview brought you insights and encouragement, especially if you're developing your own beauty brand. So until next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.